culture, if I couldn't read or write, honestly, I would kill myself before either that or my parents. It would be really embarrassing. One, it would be really embarrassing. I'd be failing everything. Or I would probably end up killing myself.
So, you die. Oh,
I would die. Like without reading and writing reading and writing may be one of the only things stopping me from killing myself.
You die. Oh,
I would die. Like without reading and writing may be one of the only things stopping me from killing myself. Just because it's just another way that you can put out emotions that are kept up inside of you. Because like any other way, either you have to go hurt someone else or you have to hurt yourself.
So what do you think would happen to you if you couldn't read or write well?
If I couldn't read or write well, I'd still be able to talk, you know? So, I'll probably like sit there, I just listen and talk. Like that's like the alternative to reading and writing, you know?
But what do you think would happen to you?
What would happen?
What would happen to you?
Well, I always like looking on the good side of things, so like I'll probably be like 21. And if like I'd like go to the ABC store and I'll just sit by and drink and tell all the kids they should stay in school. Like if I had a 50 and the bottle cost 20, I wouldn't be able to read that. So I'll be a very generous person then. So I mean, it wouldn't be anything horrible. I'll find a way to cope with it, you know.
So what would you become?
What I become? Motivational speaker. Except for like I wouldn't like write my speeches, you know. Like everyone would be straight from the heart and everything, you know. And I just like tell people to keep going, you know. Because if somebody in heaven is like, you shouldn't go to hell, like you be like, why? And they're like, oh, it's a bad place. Or what happens there, you know. So like, you know, I'll be able to tell them like what's happening in hell.
Well, what do you think you would do? What do you think would happen to you if you couldn't read or write?
The only thing you would really be able to do is see things. So once you got so much used to it, you would try to create your own visual arts and things of that sort. So I think I'll probably be a painter.
What do you think would happen to you if you couldn't read at a 6th grade or above level?
I'd probably just be a bum. I'll probably be a bum.
I wouldn't progress. Like, I wouldn't get anywhere. It would just be impossible. I would have to resort to other things. I would probably be doing drugs. I would be stealing from people to get money. I would not have any friends because I would feel dumbed down. Like, I would feel lower. Like I was at the bottom of the food chain or something. If I can't excel, then what's the point of living?
I'd be a criminal.
What kind of criminal? Would you be a criminal?
I would be
drug dealer, bro.
I would probably be much more depressed and have low self-esteem, so I wouldn't make it. I mean, if I can't read or write, quite honestly be looked down upon. They wouldn't pay me any attention if I didn't know how to read or write.
Everything's changing. LeVay told me that you have to have your high school diploma in order to be a janitor. Now, if that's the case, if that's how it is, if you're trying to be a janitor, then what do I have to be if I want to be a teacher, a fashion designer, you know, a lawyer, or anything like that? If I was anybody, I would press myself to learn to read and write.
What do you think would happen to you if you couldn't read or write well?
I don't even want to think about that like that. That's bad. I mean, you know, like, you can't read or write, man. What can you do? That's basic fundamentals. Reading and writing. They say reading and math is basic fundamentals, but you don't have to count every day. You know what I'm saying? Telling you can't read and write. Man, if I couldn't read and write,
what would you do?
I know I'd be in jail, man. On some real stuff, I'd be in jail. I'd be in jail right now. I'm 19 years old. I'd be in jail on a murder charge because I have no other way of venting. So, I mean, like, if I didn't have that, man, that's how serious it would get. I would hurt somebody. because I don't have, outside of writing and music, I have no other vantage point. I've been to psychiatrists and people that's trying to help me do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the checks and stuff, you know. Man, you gotta find what works for you. And you know what I'm saying? And if I couldn't read or write, wouldn't nothing work for me. Be a drug head or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Just use drugs to escape the reality. Honestly, if you don't like reading and you don't like writing, that's fine. That's your life. You know what I'm saying? But come to one-eye engagements or come to a summer camp. You know what I'm saying? And experience what reading and writing can get you, where it can get you, how it can help you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I wasn't reading like that until I came here. Like, Mom, I'm bored. Pick a book up. Nah, I just go outside and look stupid. Because if you can't read, what can you understand? Just because you can hear it don't mean you can understand it.
I think I would have probably dropped out of school by now. I say that because when I wasn't reading or writing and all that, and I couldn't understand anything that someone was telling me, I felt dumb. It just brings your whole, like, it brings your whole esteem, like your whole self-esteem down. Honestly, because it's like people are saying stuff to you and you don't understand it. And everyone else around you, it kind of makes you feel dumb. Like the dumb one in the class or something like that. Or, like, even in regular life, like, you could just be doing stuff during the day and everybody's just sitting there in this full conversation and you barely even know what they're talking about, but they're using simple words, but you don't know what they are. I mean, yeah, that really makes you feel stupid. So I think I would have dropped out by now. I think I would have stopped trying. Honestly, at everything.
And what do you think you would have become?
I mean, it's a lot of things that went on around the time where I didn't have a passion for it. And honestly, I would say I don't even think that if I didn't have that passion for reading and writing right now, honestly, I don't even think I would be living right now. Writing and this place right here got me through so many things. And it was like, once I learned to start writing that stuff out, it's like everything became so much better to me. So honestly, I would have dropped out of school. I wouldn't have never tried at nothing. People would be just sitting there calling me a failure right now if I didn't know how to.
Well, what do you think would happen to you if you couldn't read or write well?
I think all the steps that I have taken to become a better person would have never happened. Reading and writing has allowed me to find myself and who I really am, and not just what society thinks I am. Because I think that's where I went wrong. I started playing into the whole, you're just like your father, you're just like everybody else kind of thing. So because everybody else said that about me, that's what I became. But when I started reading and writing, I found out that I could become who I wanted to be. And if I couldn't read or write well, then I would just be average.
So if you couldn't read or write, what would you have become?
I'll probably be dead right now. I honestly believe I would be dead right now. I never thought when I was 14, I never thought I'd live to see 16. On my 16th birthday, I didn't think I was going to see 18. And then when I was 17, I came to the Institute, and I'm 20 years old now. And I plan to see a lot more birthdays.